Terrell Thomas, cornerback for the New York Giants. I'm a professional athlete. My day-to-day life at work, being a professional athlete is not what a lot of people believe. Some people think, we come in, throw the ball around and leave, but it's really 9 to 5, if not worse. Tuesday is our only day off during the season. We don't get no 6 days. If you're sick, you got to come in, and unless you're dying, they'll send you home. But other than that, you're going to be there. Wednesday is pretty much the big days when we start putting in the game plan, and usually our days start around 7 a.m. You get in there early if you have treatment or get an early breakfast. Special team meeting starts around 8:30. Usually about 80% of the guys have to be in at the 80% at the special teams meeting, going from kickoff return, just going over the whole game plan, scouting report. Followed by the special team meeting is a team meeting with the head coach. He addresses the team. We go over the last game that we won or lost. He introduces the new team, what we're going to do, our game plan. And by that time, it's around 9 o'clock. Then we go into offense and defensive meetings, and we meet with our offensive coordinator, defensive coordinators, and they give us a new game plan. This is not a special team, this is a defensive game plan. And now we break that down for another hour to 2 hours. So, after all these meetings, you get maybe about a 10-minute break, and then you're back into meetings with position meetings, and now you're watching film on the guy you're going to be covering, the guy you're going to be blocking, or whatever for the upcoming week. Around probably 1 o'clock, it's taping time, and this is time to get ready for practice. So you get taped and dressed. We have a walkthrough, come back in, put on our full pads, and then we practice. Depending on the schedule, some guys have to lift right after practice, and it's about a 30 to 45-minute lift. And then right after that, say practice ends around 2:30, 3:45 special teams meeting. So within that hour and 15 minutes, you have to lift, shower, ice, text your girl, your mom, handle some business, eat, all that within that time. And then quick special teams meeting, and then you finish with a team defense or offensive meeting. And then we're pretty much done like around 4 o'clock. Become a pro, all pro, be a Tom Brady, Eli Manning, all these great players in the NFL. These guys are in at 6 a.m. and now leaving to 6 o'clock p.m. because they're watching extra film, they're working out in the morning, they're doing what's necessary to take care of their body, ice bath, steam room, treatment, or just hanging around. And that's every day. It doesn't stop. Saturdays is the day of travel. We come in early, watch a little film, have a quick walkthrough, either go home and spend time with your family, and then you go to the team hotel before the night of game, or you get on the airplane and then you travel to your destination. You're in the hotel, you got a curfew, you got to be in your room, you get fined for, being late, and I'm talking thousands of dollars too, not a little bit, like $1,500. And if you missed, at all, total $15,000. So it's big. We're held accountable. Next day, wake up if it's an early or late game, breakfast with the team, get on the bus, tape dress, rah-rah, whatever, play the game, win or lose, get on the bus, come home. Sometimes you get home early. You can, go have dinner with your family, kiss your kid good night, or whatever. Sometimes you get home at 4 o'clock in the morning, and then you have to be back in the facility on Monday reviewing the game film at, if you get in at 4, we have to be in like around 11 or 12. And on Mondays, it's a workout, a walkthrough, a light practice, and we're usually done like around 2 or 3, and then you're pretty much off. And Tuesday is your day off as well. But most guys that are professionals usually come in on Tuesdays to take care of what they need to, watch a little extra film, get a head start, take care of their body. So it's not knocked up at everything a lot of people think it is. There's definitely a lot of hard work and sacrifice that goes into being a professional athlete. Qualifications for being a professional athlete. There really isn't none. Let's take it back to high school. Sacrifice. A lot of people don't get, instead of going out with your friends, you got to, get your grades right. You got to put in that extra work in the weight room. And hopefully by doing that, you can earn an athletic scholarship. When you're in that athletic scholarship, you get a scholarship to a D1, D2, D3, whatever. And then you play there. Hopefully you get a degree because you got a free ride or whatever. And as you're playing there, you're building up pretty much your resume. And that's your requirement to make it to the NFL. And, if you're a pretty good player, then there comes a draft in April. After 3 years of college, then you're eligible. So going into the draft, depending on what you've done, where the scouts project you, where you may turn out to be, you can either be, a top 5 pick, and that's going to be millions of dollars, or you can be a second round, third round. You'll be still making good money, in the million lower range, but the top 5 is where the big bucks is. And that's all based on what you've done in college, not what you've done off the field, what you've done on the field. So pretty much, your requirements to make it to the NFL is what you do on the field. But first, you got to get to college, and that's what your grades. And a lot of that goes back to sacrifice and why you're in college. Are you going out partying? Are you drinking? Are you taking care of your body? All these little things add up to making you a better player on the field. That's what's ultimately going to get you drafted higher in the draft based on, what you've done on the field, and that's all about sacrifice. But that's not the only way you can make it to the NFL. I know a lot of guys that have been free agents, and these are guys that didn't get drafted. These are guys that, are at home hoping to get drafted, and the coach called them and said, we want you to try out for our team. And some of these guys have beaten out second, third rounders. These are usually guys that the teams, projected as being starters. So it's not all about being drafted. It's all about just contributing when you can and showing up. So the requirements in the NFL is kind of tricky because, you can be a first round or you can be a free agent, but once you're on that football field, it's level ground. And there's been a lot of free agents recently that the guys come from small schools, guys that were overlooked, that have proved a lot of coaches, a lot of scouts wrong and became great football players. You look at a guy like James Harrison, he's one of the tough guys out there. Arian Foster, one of the top running backs right now. These are all guys that were free agents that were overlooked, and now they're top at their business. So there's really no requirement to make it to the NFL other than sacrifice and hard work. The best part about playing in the NFL, let me see. You're playing in the NFL, my man. It's the biggest sport in America. It's on ESPN all day, every day. Everybody loves football. Everybody grows up watching football. Sundays is big. You're a hero to some people, They enjoy watching you. They die for you, and it's a tremendous honor to be one of the guys, because there's a lot of guys that I've played with that didn't make it, that were better than me or had more talent than me, but God blessed me, or I outworked them and made it to his position. So there's a lot of perks that come with playing in the NFL. Kind of like being popular in high school or in college. You're the big guy on campus. Everybody knows you. You can go to any restaurants and get a meal when you're winning. You're getting paid really good money. You're playing a sport. Your work is something you've been doing since a kid. Something you love. Some people like drawing. Some people like skateboarding, and all these people get paid to do that. So it's just a different profession. So we're getting paid to do something that we love. There's a lot of perks that comes with it. I can go from top to bottom, the celebrity status, the money, the jewelry, the fame, the TV, the commercials, the shoes, blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of perks that come to it. Talked about the good, but now let's talk about the bad. One of the worst things about the NFL is how much you sacrifice. You sacrifice your body, you sacrifice your family, you sacrifice your time. I've had 5 surgeries. There's some guys that had 20 surgeries. And this is something you're giving up, and sometimes it doesn't come back in full, as far as how much you're giving up to play this game that we love. As far as your family, I have a little girl. I have to leave her in my hometown in California sometimes to go work out with the team, or during season, or we have a game on Christmas, I'm not there, or I miss the first day of school because I have a game or I have practice in the off season. So there's a lot of sacrifices that you have to give up. With playing football, it's not that bad, but at the same time, we're not living a normal life at times. And, like I said earlier, we don't get no 6 days. There's not one day I can call in and say, I just don't feel like giving, or I got these 10 days, I'm going to take a vacation. No, you better bring your butt in there. So, with the surgeries, the family, and just all the things we have to give up, it can be bad. But like I said, when you get so much in return, it's a balance. But it's definitely something you have to consider, because we do put our body and minds through a lot of hardship, to play this game that we love. And, sometimes we get ridiculed for not, having, enough heart or whatever. But you guys, have no idea what we're going through on and off the field, and how much we sacrifice or give up just to play this game. And your life is always, being examined. You're always being judged. Some people think that we're so perfect, but we're not. We're human. We're just like you. I go to Walmart Just like you, I wear Hanes underwear, I like Hanes socks, I go to Ralph's and buy my groceries but, we get examined and judged so much harder. And it's unfair at times, but at the same time, which much is given, much is earned. So when you're given so much, you have to take on that responsibility and understand that you're on this platform, you're being examined and watched, so you have to be more careful. My final advice to give to you for being a professional athlete is sacrifice. And this starts all the way at high school, and it goes to college, and it goes to the NFL. I've seen a lot of guys, didn't, hone in on their opportunity in the NFL and, got released and thought they'd get another opportunity. But NFL stands for not for long, and you have to sacrifice when you have the opportunity in every moment. That meaning workouts, that means listening to your coaches and just doing everything right. So therefore you can have a longer career. To be a professional athlete, man, it's hard. I can give you statistics. Say it's 1,000 people in my draft class, and in my recruiting class going to college. We all got scholarships. Only 1% will make it to the NFL. Only 1%. Only 1%. And that's the truth, that's statistics, and that's just how it is. Because out of all those, when they go to college, some going to get hurt, some going to play. That's just a percentage when you add in the bigger number of all the high school students coming out their senior year to go to college. And then you think about the thousands of colleges around the country. And then you think about the draft, I think it's maybe 350 draft picks. Small amount of players from such a large pool. So the biggest thing is sacrifice and get that education. If you're playing high school ball right now, keep on, man. Don't never stop dreaming. My tattoo right here says dream big. I was blessed enough to make it this position. I'll never knock anybody for, saying they want to do something, but just be realistic with yourself and take advantage of the opportunities you have along the way. And that's that free education that you're getting. That's the networking that you're getting. That's, making good friends with, maybe a good professor at that school that can help you later in life. All these little things as you grow up, would definitely help you that you don't think about as a kid. So that's the biggest advice I can give to you guys is, don't never lose out on your dream. If you want to be a professional athlete, you want to be the manager of McDonald's, whatever you want to do that and be it. But also remember, have a plan B along the way, because not everything is given in life. You have to earn it, and not everything is promised as well. And in this game of football, one injury away and it all could be taken away. So you always got to have a backup plan.